So we start off the summer season today, guys. I did not expect me to be starting it off, as soon as this, but once I heard about the show called Katsugeki Touken Ranbu, I was kind of like, is this just a sequel? And then I found out that it's actually the alternative version of the show known as, well, just Touken Ranbu. Now, this is the more serious side of the show. It's more action and I guess adventure would be the best way to put it. And I just want to say it looks beautiful. It looks absolutely amazing, but I mean, it's done by Studio Ufotable. What do you expect? Now, round through, I want to say, it's going to look like Tales of Systeria for people who haven't seen it yet, but I did notice something. The coloring is darker. It's shaded way darker. There's a lot more darker kind of colors going on. The blues and the blacks and the green for the grass, I think it was. It's a lot darker. It's a darker shade of green for sure. So it's not as, like, I guess, bright and or vivid per se as Tales of Systeria, but I love how the dark colors are actually, contrasting with one another with like light skies at times. Really good. And there's something I want to tell you right off the rip. If you're someone who loves character designs, every character in this show looks amazing. Like, I'm dying to have you guys go watch the show and leave down in the comments below. What do you guys think of the character designs? I think that the color schemes and their color palettes are amazing. They compare and contrast very well. I mean, really, 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 really. But what is Touken Ranbu even about, or Katsugeki Touken Ranbu? But the Ranbu series and our franchise as a whole is these people that you will see on the screens, Kani, and I think it's Kunihiro, I think it was, don't quote me on that, I think it's Kunihiro was the other main character. They are swords, alright? And basically they were manifested until you become people, and that's like the strongest phase. But the people who are using these said swords, I think it was described in the original Touken Ranbu, which you don't have to watch that in order to watch this. These are two different things, alternate settings. But originally I think they explained that once they're manifested, they can't go back to being swords. So a lot of times you don't see swords as manifested, just you don't see tons of swords manifested because people want to keep using their swords. Now, this show is about time traveling, basically. Now, I don't know if it's going to kind of like hit it like in Erased and stuff like that. Just like, hey, let's go fast forward. Hey, let's go flashback. I think it's going to do a lot, way different kind of transition, thing going on here. But basically, they have to fight the retrograde army because the retrograde army goes to these different time periods, and they want to disturb what happened in those time periods to shape things the way they want them to. And of course, I think they're actually Ranbu, the swordsmen are called. I think they're Touken Ranbus or something like that. I'm not really sure what their group name is yet, but of course their job is to stop them. And I just want to say that art animation for the fighting scenes, I expected it to be amazing, and I feel like it even surpassed my expectations. Like the sparks flying off of these swords whenever they're clashing, the sound. I think they actually call that foil. I can't remember what it stands for. I was watching one of Glass Reflections videos way back, and he's talking about Sword Online, and they refer to that term as foil whenever the swords make these certain noises and stuff like that. Now I can't remember what exactly it stands for, but nonetheless it's foil. So a question is actually like kind of asked by one of our main characters, Kunihiro, and he says, why did the master even put us together? Why did she team us up? Because Kunihiro is new to the whole thing. He's new. This is his first mission on this first episode, and he's with Kani, or Kane, I'm not sure how they pronounce it, probably Kani, but he's someone who's very experienced. And I think I already see what the writing was trying to do here, and or author of this show was trying to do here. He put these two together because Kani, the one that's older and more experienced, is actually going to learn, I guess, better morals through Kunihiro, is what I really thought, because we did get characterization for Kani. Like, they gave us some direct characterization and or implicit characterization rather than not directive but explicit characterization, right? So what they gave us here was there's a fire going on way in the distance, right? And Connie's like, hey, that fire's not going to reach us, don't worry about it, Kunihiro, go back to sleep, all right? Just go back to sleep. Don't worry about it. It's not going to reach us. And of course, Kunihiro is someone, he wants to do what's good. Yeah, he wants to protect history, but he wants to do what's good at the end of the day. That's his be-all, end-all goal. I want to do what's good at the end of the day. And if it changes history by me doing something good, then hey, if I save a life and change history, so be it. But Connie's like, hey, you want to save a few lives just to change history? And it shows us right there, he's someone who kind of sticks to the script, right? He sticks to the format in place. He's only here to stop people from changing history. He's not trying to change history in a good way, bad way, and whatnot. And you got to respect his, his way of thinking. It's very sad. And if you're in that position, you may understand. even if you save that life, what could it lead to? You don't truly know, But morally, if I was someone, I would have to do the morally right thing. Can't spit it out there for a second, because I can't just let innocent people die because of these retrograde army members. I have to protect everybody. I would be that person. I have to. I can't let that 10-year-old, get crushed by that burned in that fire, get crushed by that tree that's falling over. I'd always have to be someone who has to go out there and reach out and try to save someone, because I don't believe anything that I do would good would lead to something bad. I just could not believe that, right? And the reason, what I'm getting at here, and what I think the author was getting at here whenever he writing the story, was he put Kunihiro with Connie because he knew that, Kunihiro would change Connie and make him a good person. That's what I think, and that's why, what I think why they're together. Why the master, I think it's Saniwa, put them together. Because Connie may be experienced, but morally, he's not there. He just wants to he's a good person. We see that, because he changes his way, and that's why I thought, that's why they're together, because Connie, Kunihiro is going to rub off on Connie. That's why I think they're together 100%. And that's something that's really fascinating to me. I think it's a really good writing, first episode. And I think this first episode is going to be hard to beat, just in summer anime in general. This is a really, 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 really good first episode. It gave us a little, bit of context on what's going on, and the setting is really time travel. Essentially, the setting is, it's going to be different. It's going to be different times, different time periods. So the setting's kind of like years, and the events are, well, we've been fighting the retrograde army. I mean, it's not deep context, but it's giving us the setting. These people are here to time travel, protect certain things that happened in the past, protect things that happened, and I don't know about the present, but in the future. So yeah, that's really the setting. I mean, the setting's different eras, all the time. But nonetheless, that wasn't the best context. It wasn't the worst context, but it was something. It scraped the surface, I guess. I don't know. Shows like this are really hard to give. It's hard to give you context, but the thing that you can give us context about is, where did the retrograde army, come from? That's the biggest thing. Give us context on where they came from and why they're doing this. What was the setting, and what were the events that added up to them being who they are and trying to destroy the world, I guess, or destroy history. But nonetheless, guys, yeah, gonna be a hard episode to beat. I know I rambled on there the last 30 seconds, but as always, guys, you guys have been hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.